I've been married a long time. I've married 7, 8, 9 years, something like that. Well, she ain't here 4. I don't care. Do you matter? Doesn't matter. Shut up. 19 I've been married. 19, yeah. Oh, I got to tell you this. 3 weeks ago, my wife got her identity stolen. But the guy's spending less money, so I'm just going to let it ride. My wife's a good Southern girl. My wife is from Arab, Alabama. All right, you know about Arab, then you know she's white. That's the whitest town in America. It is all white people, all the time. Except the day we got married. I had 20 Korean people there. We freaked that town out. We're hanging out at the Chevron. You go to Arab, see where you hang out. Some guy walked up and said, "What are y'all doing here?" I said, "We may buy this place." You gonna buy the Chevron? No, the town. We're Korean. I love that. Hey, you Korean or hi warrior? I'm fine, how are you? What was that? Hi warrior, Southern speak for Hawaiian. Now, if you've never been to Hawaii, get there, beg, borrow, steal. I love Hawaii. I love all the words. I love all the vowels in their words. Kana pali ali ali ali. Kamehameha. Kapa'a. That's why there's no Hawaiian version of Wheel of Fortune. But when you go to Hawaii, you start speaking like a local. You can't help it. You pick their cadence because their words are beautiful. Waikaloa, Kapalua, Waikiki. I was at the North Shore one time. This lady's looking at this sign. She's going, Pipilini, Pipilini. I said, "No, ma'am, that's pipeline."
Any Asian people in the crowd? Clap if you're Asian. Clap. I said clap. Clap if you're Asian. I want to hear. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. All at one table. Is there another one? 5. Okay. I got 5. All right. That's pretty much my quota. Thanks for representing. Appreciate it. Asian people don't come to my shows. They don't. Because I was supposed to be a doctor. Or play the cello. One of the two. So. This is my 37th year doing stand-up. And when I started, thank you. When I started, I was the only Asian comedian, so Asian kids weren't allowed to watch me, because God forbid, you know. Even my own cousins weren't allowed to watch me on TV, because God forbid they do something like this. So thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. So there was some marketing research done. Me and 5 of my comedian pals a few years ago, they did research on our target market. And my audience is 92% white and 0.01% Asian. So you nailed it. What nationality are you? Taiwanese. Taiwanese. Vietnamese. Chinese. Taiwanese. Okay. I couldn't tell, so. Well, you look alike. What am I going to do? What? Maybe that's why they don't show up. I don't know. These are jokes, okay? I'm kidding. They're laughing. It's fine. My driver's license says I'm white. Knoxville, Tennessee, 16 years old. I go through the whole process. I get to the end. There's only 2 boxes you can check. And the lady looks up and goes, well, you ain't black. So I've been white since I was 16. Still says I'm white. Guys at the airport, they don't know what to do. So they're like, what, white? No, what? I go, dude, there are only 2 boxes. Well, you ain't black.
The weirdest thing about having kids is when they start going to school. You end up hanging out with their classmates' parents a lot. Well, my daughter's best friend's little boy's half Vietnamese, and his dad's name is Me. So Me and I... Oh, I know. Me and I were inspectors at a robotics tournament, and it turned to a bad Asian version of Who's On First. Because the director came up and said, hey, who signed off on this robot? And I said, me. He goes, you? And I said, no. Well, then who? Him. Well, who's he? Me. We can do this all day, buddy. So Me found out I was making fun of him. He's a grown man. He's had that name his entire life. No one's ever made fun of him except for me. Me. Yeah. So he called me and said, it gets worse. I go, how? He goes, my sister's name is you. I said, you're lying. He goes, I swear. I'm like, wow, how cruel are your parents? We're going to name them Me and You and send them to America. That's what we're doing. That'll teach them to talk back.
So we have a lake cabin. It's not really a cabin, it's a shack, but I call it a cabin. And a couple years ago, I was doing some work on it. And anybody know what you call the stuff you put in between the logs of a log cabin? Chink. Chink. So I go to Home Depot to buy some chink. Just hang on, all right? All right. We don't think that way, why would we, okay? I even told my wife, honey, I'm going to Home Depot to get some chink. She's like, well, get enough. You know, we don't care. And it's actually called chinking, but we call it chink in the biz. And log cabins were here before Chinese people, so if you're Chinese, sorry. Anyway, I'm just going to run in and grab the chink and run out. I can't find it, so I have to ask for it. I see a guy who works there. I know he works there because he has an orange apron on. I know his name's Danny because it's Sharpied right there. And I'm like, hey, Danny, y'all got any chink? And Danny's kind of half turning the box. And he goes, no, man, we don't sell chink no more. I'm like, how can you have chink? It's Home Depot. I need a lot of chink. You got a chink aisle or a special place you keep the chink? No, sir. Can you ask somebody where I can find some chink? Yes, sir. Hey, Larry, we don't sell that stuff you put in between logs, do we? Larry walks around, no, man, we don't sell chink no more. What are you doing, sir? I went, oh, wow, I get it. You know what, I'm going to go to Lowe's and do this again. I called my wife, I said, all right, think about what I came to get. Think a little harder. I had to ask for it. Hilarious. Yeah, I'm going to Lowe's. Okay, cool. Yeah, meet me there. Be fun. Come on, son. She did. Brought a friend. Crazy. And my boys are still ruthless when we go to Home Depot. We'll be walking down the aisle in Home Depot. They'll see some guy working there. They're like, Dad, do it to him. I'm like, I'm not going to do it. Then we're going to do it. It ain't going to work. You're only half.
All right, thanks.
Howdy. How y'all doing? Yeah, I know what may be going through your mind right now. Just let it soak in a second or two. Because there's something wrong with this picture, ain't there? Kind of going, hang on, that Asian guy's up there talking like a hillbilly. I'm full-blooded Korean, but I was born and raised in Knoxville, Tennessee, so I do talk this way. All right, great. Yeah. Y'all Korean or you from Knoxville? What's the deal? So, yeah. But I am from Knoxville, Tennessee. It's kind of tough growing up there. I was the only Asian guy in like 4 states, so... Yeah, it's kind of tough growing up as a kid. Y'all remember playing Army when you were a kid? Yeah, I pretty much hated that game, man. All my buddies would go, okay, and it's the neighborhood against you. We'll give you a head start. I'm booking down the road, man. We used to play a lot of Cowboys and Indians, too, didn't we, guys? Cowboys and Indians. You guessed I hated this game, too, man. I was always the cook. Yeah, the toughest part about growing up back home is with my parents, you know. My parents are from Korea, and English is my dad's second language, so naturally it gives him trouble. One time he really messed up. We were in this restaurant. Waitress come up to take an order. My dad looked at her and went, oh, I'll take a quickie. No, Dad, that's quiche, man. That's...